it's good to get a little distance from someone you love. I love this quote because we are stuck in our product all day, whether you're a product manager, a marketer, a salesperson, CEO, and you get blinders on. You get big blinders on. So I've met with a couple of CEOs recently who wanted feedback, and I'm just gonna be straight up. They didn't want to hear it. They love their baby. They look at their baby all day, and it's just, you need to get out of there. You need to look at your competition. You need to use your competition. You need to talk to customers, prospects, even analysts if you can, because those blinders will kill your product. I read a book called The Crux, and it's a great strategy book. Highly recommend it. And the failure of most of these companies wasn't sales or marketing. It was the product. The product got behind, and they gave dividends instead of investing in the product. And you look at technology like Google. I think we talked about this. It's ripe for some company to start a Google competitor out of Europe. Like Google's got blinders on. They're just trying to milk the product at this point. So AWS is good at this. They're always adding things. They're always poking around. But you cannot keep blinders on. And, we're seeing this with AI. Some of the AI that's being used is questionable. But, you're seeing companies really hop on it. To those companies, I say, hey, make sure it's a value add. Like Grammarly has AI and it's terrible. All these text AIs, I'm not that big on. I'm just help me. But yeah, get outside of your product, get outside of your customers.
I get from a sales perspective for an AE might be doing 20, 30 demos a week. They're in that product, like you said, all day, every day. So when they're running through it at quite a fast pace, they might not understand that or they might not remember that the prospect who's never seen the platform, one might be thinking, Jesus, I can't keep up with you. Or they might be thinking, okay, I didn't quite understand the value of that part of the platform. So I think from a sales perspective, it's taking a step back to make sure that you are positioning the product in a way that someone who's never seen it before can understand it. From a marketing perspective, this is a coincidence. I had our head of product come to me yesterday. He had an interview actually for an engineer in his team, and he said, just a bit of feedback. The engineer didn't actually know what we did as a business from looking at the website. And he said, I don't want to bring you bad feedback. And I said, that's not bad feedback, that's great feedback, because whilst he didn't fit our ICP, anyone with a common sense, we would want to be able to determine what our product did, right? So we're actually, funnily enough, going through a whole product messaging project at the minute to really boil down and really simplify the way we position our product. So it quite nicely supported that. Yeah. And that's, you would do that every quarter because markets change and climates change and, customers change. Selling a product now is far more about efficiency and doing more with less than it was a year ago. So you've got to adapt.
But I'm going to pick on the chief product officers and CTOs. You all got to keep up on that product, Don't think, hey, we're adding this feature or we're making it easier to use is good enough. You have to look at the competition. You have to talk to customers and you have to understand what they need. Because there's that book cites so many examples. They didn't keep up, or they focused on what was profitable for years and the company no longer exists or their brand was bought, trying to think who, you look at,
Blockbuster would be a good example.
Yeah. Well, Blockbuster gets a bad rap for that, but actually they were just over leveraged. They were used as a piggy bank by Viacom and CBS for years. Trying to think with cars, you see cars ramping up to add electric vehicles, and they're late to the game, and you can't just Tesla has an advantage. So Ford's doing big things. Like Ford said, hey, all these car companies are saying we're going all electric, and it's for good reason. They know if they don't update the product, it will be there.
I was going to say it's mad because I watch quite a few Elon Musk videos on YouTube, and if you speak to Elon Musk, he says the short term, i.e., the next 5 years, is electric, but post that it's hydrogen. So all of these cars are pumping all these manufacturers are pumping billions into electric, but Tesla, Elon Musk himself has said, no, electric is just a stopgap for us. It's hydrogen. Electric's not as efficient. Hydrogen is the way forward. Yet all of these other companies are thinking, let's keep up with electric with Tesla, whereas Tesla are thinking, electric's old school. It's all about hydrogen now. So it's an interesting
one, dude. He might be throwing a ruse to get competitors going elsewhere, but do not get stuck in your product no matter what you're